recognizes Representative Meyer.
I swear I will not be running all the bills in this committee. Okay, this is House Study Bill 168. This is the same bill we actually ran last year. What it does is it requires 75% of University of Iowa dental school and medical school be admissions be either Iowa residents or have done their undergraduate work in Iowa. It also requires University of Iowa to report their graduations to on completion of training, whether they stayed in Iowa. That is all I have for opening remarks.
Any discussion?
Thank you, I just need to have you recognize me. Just a comment, this particular bill, we just did the subcommittee on it at noon today, and there were still a lot of unanswered questions, and I think there is going to be an amendment on the floor. I'd like to see that amendment before I support this bill. There's a couple of concerns. One, we want out-of-state students to come to Iowa and hopefully fall in love with the state and stay here. And many have. I think Representative Myers is an example of that in terms of her family. But we do need those out-of-state students because they help support our in-state students. And I think we have to recognize that the out-of-state students pay full tuition, and that keeps our costs down for the in-state Iowans. And I know there have been states that have requirements as high as 90% of the students had to be from their state. They lowered that because they were having such a difficult time meeting that criteria, and they wanted to be able to get some of those out-of-state students to help. We also know that our population for K-12 is declining in terms of our students graduating from high school. We know that's hurting both our community colleges, our region institutions, and our private colleges. And so I look at that in terms of a shrinking pool of students that we have to draw from, and the impact that's going to have in being able to meet this criteria. Obviously, the universities are going to do whatever the law requires them to do, but why make this difficult for them? I am not supportive of this bill, and at this time, we still have a lot of questions that haven't been answered, and before we would vote on those on the floor, I hope we would get more of those answered. So I ask my caucus to vote no on the bill.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, I'll ask for closing remarks.
Thank you. Representative Masher is correct. There is going to be an amendment on the floor that we are only, within the University of Iowa Medical School, we're only going to consider the MD students, not the PA, not anyone else who is educated through Carver. Again, much like the residency bill, this is simply a measure to keep more Iowa kids, Iowa students, Iowa doctors that are trained by your tax dollars. You have the benefit of being treated by those doctors that graduate from the University of Iowa. I would say that again, University of Iowa has said that they're already doing 70% in our subcommittee today for medical school. I'd like to see what dental school is doing. Again, this bill I've heard support all over the state from this bill, from physicians all over the state. I think it's important to give our Iowa kids a shot at the University of Iowa. So I would move the bill.
Call for a vote.
Representative Meyer?
Aye.
Representative Bradley?
Aye.
Representative Wessel-Kroschel?
No.
Representative Anderson?
No.
Representative Andrews?
Aye.
Representative Bacon?
Aye.
Representative Bergen?
Aye.
Representative Bowden?
Aye.
Representative Brown Powers?
No.
Representative Bush?
Aye.
Representative Dolachek?
Aye.
Representative Ellert?
No.
Representative Forbes?
No.
Representative Fry?
Aye.
Representative Jenery,
Aye.
Representative Lundgren,
Aye.
Representative Masher,
No.
Representative Moore,
Aye.
Representative Osmondson,
Aye.
Representative Sunday.
No.